It's because Patrick Mahomes is uncomfortable. Last night, Kansas City was terrible on third down, dominated time of possession, only got 16 first downs. Mahomes hit 15 times. This is why they've been blown out in a couple Super Bowls. Josh Allen, conversely, 23 of 26, because Josh Allen was comfortable all night and Mahomes was never comfortable for 3.5 hours. That defensive front, Joey Bosa, that's why they signed him. He's a pain in the butt, and Andy Reid knows it last night. So there is a way to beat Kansas City. When they lose, and sometimes they lose ugly, Mahomes is getting hit. Now, it's not all roses and rainbows for Buffalo, okay? Kansas City lost 28-21 and had the ball late. Trade deadline tomorrow. Buffalo needs to go out and upgrade. This was an instructive win. Kansas City probably is just going to get healthier up front, going to cross their fingers a little. Buffalo's got a hole. They got a hole. But there is a trend when Mahomes this year is hit 7 times or more. They're 1-3. And so last night's a great example. It felt like one of those games we've watched them lose in the Super Bowl where you're just like, he's not comfortable. He doesn't trust his own line. He lets go of the ball early, and he still almost pulled it out. But if you're Buffalo, just think about this. Josh Allen's nearly perfect. You run for 140 yards. You're at home. You're perfect in the red zone. You dominate time of possession. You win the turnover battle. And Mahomes had the ball late going for the tie. So again, not all losses are awful losses, and not all wins mean you've solved everything. I watched Buffalo, and my takeaway is, how does Kansas City have a chance to tie this game? They got punched in the forehead for 3.5 hours and were moving the ball down the field. I mean, that stuff was nightmare fuel for Buffalo late. You're thinking, oh, they're not going to do it again after they clanked the field goal. So the one thing, though, we kept saying last year, Kansas City, Philadelphia was the best team last year. I think right now there's an argument the LA Rams are the best team for the second straight year. The best teams over in the NFC, not the AFC. AFC's got the better quarterbacks. I think the NFC's got the better teams. But last year, this team was unbeaten, 11-0 in one-score games. And now they're 0-4. The only team worse in the league's the Texans. So that's your company. So the last 2 years, Kansas City's had a hole on that offensive line. They had to let go Joe Thuney this year. Joe Thuney's now a Bear. So Buffalo, don't pat yourself in the back. Howie Roseman's already made a move. Go upgrade wide receiver. Go upgrade wide receiver. You beat them. It doesn't mean you're going to beat them in January. Here's Patrick Mahomes on the loss.
We've had great moments. We've had bad moments. We got to be more consistent as a team. I got to be more consistent at quarterback, and we got to be able to battle. I mean, we've kind of been in a lot of these tight, close games in our history, but they're not going our way now. So how can we deal with that adversity? How can we be better and learn from it? I mean, you can only learn from so many losses. I mean, you gotta learn from it fast, and it's gonna be an uphill battle when we get back. But I think our guys are up to it.
Yeah, this was an interesting game. This is not at all how I saw this game going at all. I thought the Chiefs were going to win this game. Or at the very least, I felt that it was going to feel a lot more competitive. And listen, 99% of the time, the Bills and the Chiefs play each other as long as their teams are competent and as long as Josh Allen and Mahomes are healthy. It's going to find its way to be close. It's going to find its way to be close, but this game didn't really feel close. The Bills were in control of this game the entire time. I'm watching this game, and I like I said last night, it felt like the Bills were the Chiefs of years past. They were the ones in control. They were the ones with the big plays. Their quarterback was playing flawless. I think Sean McDermott and Brady called a beautiful game. I mean, the reason why the game was even close as it was because of Andy Reid's genius 4th and 17 call. I mean, that was just Romo was just like, oh my gosh, what? I mean, and go online. Everyone was just like, what the heck was that? And I mean, like the real football people, not like just random fans. Like it was just like, what did we just see? And they pulled that out for this game, which tells you a lot. They're not messing around here. You know, that's a play that you save in the playoffs. This is a play that you save for the Super Bowl. They're not saving anything right now. That just tells you how they feel. Here's the reality. I don't expect any quarterback to consistently be great when they're under duress nonstop, when they're being pressured nonstop. If they have a bad O-line, bad receivers, etc. I don't expect any quarterback, whether it's Josh Allen, whether it's Mahomes, whether it's Jalen, no matter who it is, especially when you're going up against great teams. But here's the conversation that we have to be honest about. When Patrick Mahomes is under duress, he has not been great, and he has not been great now for years when under duress. He just hasn't. That's just the reality. We could say, oh, well, when he has a good O-line, when he has this, and it's like every quarterback can say that. When they have a good O-line and a good defense, they're great. They win a lot of games. They're really successful. And this is why I made that Justin Herbert video last week, where I showed you Justin Herbert is getting destroyed week after week after week. And he doesn't have Andy Reid, and he doesn't have an elite defense. And he plays better when he's getting his bell rung than what Patrick Mahomes is doing right now. It's just a reality. And you can keep leaning on, well, Super Bowls and MVPs. That just means nothing in the conversation that we're having right now. We're not having a legacy conversation. We're not having a resume conversation. We're not having a who should get the benefit of the doubt conversation. We're just talking about what we're seeing right now. Right now, when Daniel Jones is completely protected, he's wheeling and dealing and balling. When the Steelers were getting to him, throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball. Literally what Patrick Mahomes did. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was 44.1% completion percentage. Career low. 15 for 34. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 sacks, and a 57.2 passer rating, and 3 for 13 on third down. I mean, it's not like the Buffalo Bills have this absolutely amazing defense. We saw how they played. We saw how they played against these other teams. And you're not going to tell me that like Tua was feeling more comfortable, that Michael Penix was feeling more comfortable, Drake May was feeling more comfortable. You're not going to tell me that. You're just not. It doesn't work that way. Right now, when under pressure, Patrick Mahomes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bottom 7 in the NFL. He has a completion percentage when under pressure, 42%. He's up there with Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., Jackson Dart, Joe Flacco, Cam Ward, and Jordan Love. And I imagine a majority of that from Joe Flacco was when he was with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, this is now just week 9, was pressured 18 times. Drake May was pressured 20. Jared Goff, 18. Michael Penix, 18. Geno Smith, 18. Justin Herbert, 14. I mean, Drake May was sacked 6 times. And Drake May went up against the Falcons, who have a better defense than the Buffalo Bills. And yet, Drake May, 65.5%, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Patrick Mahomes, obviously what we went through, 44.1%, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, etc. Now, I'm not trying to act like Drake May played this great game, but my point is that we can't just pretend that Patrick Mahomes doesn't get any blame in this situation. And like I said at the top, I don't say that, if Patrick Mahomes played better, they just magically win this game. The Buffalo Bills were the better team. The Buffalo Bills had the better offense and the better defense and the better quarterback yesterday. But it still is a real conversation to be had. I mean, it just is. We can't be afraid to have it. Because there's other quarterbacks that get pressured and hit a ton. And they struggle, they succeed, whatever. You're expecting Mahomes to be better in those situations. I'm not expecting him to succeed every single time by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm also not looking for his floor to be that at the same as Trevor Lawrence when being pressured that amount. I'm expecting his floor when he's pressured to be elite, to be special relative to everyone else. That's what I'm expecting. And you're not seeing that right now. You're just not. And that's what's weird to me more than anything. That's what's interesting to me. I mean, Drake May against the Bills, same team, was pressured like 4 or 5 times less than Patrick Mahomes in that game. And he threw 73.3%, 273 yards. Had a passer rating of 101.1. He was pressured 15 times. No one's saying that the Patriots have a better team than the Chiefs. Nobody's saying that. No one's saying that they have better receivers. They have better. No one's saying that. But they have a better coach. No one's saying that. So that's just a conversation that you have to be willing to say. That you have to be willing to have. But again, I want to be clear. Not blaming Patrick Mahomes, not saying that the Chiefs aren't a great team. I still think that they're a great team. I still think that they're a top team and a top Super Bowl contender. And I would still give them, if all other things are equal, and we're looking at, I'm not even going to name names, but we have 4 or 5 other teams that are top Super Bowl contenders, I'm still giving the Kansas City Chiefs the edge, just because of the trust in them more than anything. It was fascinating to see the Bills, to watch them and actually feel like you have trust in their ability to get it done, but you have to see it in the playoffs. And any of these other teams, Colin's all about the Rams being the best team, and it's like, the best team that they played against, they lost, and it was against Philadelphia Eagles. And right now, the teams that you can only, that from my viewpoint, that you can really trust are the Eagles, the Chiefs, and now the Bills are trying to enter that equation because they're the only 2 teams that really recently proved themselves in the playoffs to get the job done, the Chiefs and the Eagles. And when I was watching this game, and I'll end here, I'm watching Mahomes, and again, he was obviously struggling, but I still have the utmost trust in him. That one interception was a bad interception, a bad throw. A little like what Jordan Love did, honestly. But you still trust when there is a minute to go or whatever, like you still trust, and you see Josh Allen, you trust, and Jalen Hurts. And right now it really is probably just Stafford, Hurts, Josh Allen, and Mahomes that in this insane pressure cooker situation, which you feel it, you felt it. I mean, it was all hands on deck. Right now, those are the 4 quarterbacks that you can truly say, I trust in those moments. I trust and they're not going to succeed every time. They're not going to be flawless. They're going to maybe throw an interception, get a fumble, maybe make a bad throw, but I still trust that they're putting their team themselves in a position to win the game to the best of their abilities. They can truly handle a moment, and it's not accidental, and they're legitimately proven, and they've done it multiple times. And that is the separation that they have over other great teams, other great quarterbacks. I'm super high on the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold has not proven that. I think the Lions, I know they lost, are still a great team, but like Jared Goff has not consistently shown that. And again, Lamar Jackson, defend him all the time. He has come up short individually as well in some of these big moments. So that's why I still think you shouldn't panic around the Kansas City Chiefs. But you also can't downplay this either, because Patrick Mahomes has not been flawless, and you can't just throw it to the side and say, regular season game. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You can't celebrate dominating the Raiders and the Commanders. And then when I say, hey, that game doesn't really mean much to me because it's the Commanders and it's the Raiders, you're a great team, so of course you're going to be, you're going to own a bad team. If people are like, that's ridiculous, how dare you say that? And then those same people say, who cares? This is just a regular season game. Congrats on the Bills winning their Super Bowl. Can't have it both ways. Can't have it both ways. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Kansas City Chiefs losing and Patrick Mahomes not having a great game against the Buffalo Bills? Do you still buy the Chiefs despite the loss? We're going to start to have tombstones and dynasty over now like Colin did before. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.